Good morning, everyone. If you're joining me this morning for your first time, I'm Ann, owner of the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock, Arkansas. I want to take a few minutes, as always, to just thank you for tuning in and watching. If you're returning, that's a true blessing for me. I appreciate your time that you're giving me. I'm going to wing it this morning. We've been very busy at the shop. A couple of weekends ago, we had the status stitchers here, 12 of them, for a 2-day stitch in. That represented Missouri, Alabama, Tennessee, and I'm hoping I'm not Mississippi. And then, of course, us ladies here from Arkansas. So there were 5 states here for 2 days, and the ladies were just wonderful and awesome. Blessed us just with fellowshipping, and we appreciate those. And then last week we had Sean Arnett from Threads That Bind teaching punch needle. And just a big shout out to Sean. She's a wonderful teacher and just so calming would be probably my one word to describe her. She just has a calming, pleasant um, disposition, I guess you could say, personality. And we just thoroughly having her and her mom, Miss Joan, joined her on the trip down and stayed with us here for 4 days. And just what a lovely time it was. We truly appreciate it. We appreciate their time. And so, since I'm talking about Sean, I want to share the class pieces that she did. And I truly believe everybody was just thrilled with the designs. We did Christmas in July, which has kind of been a theme for many years, I believe, for needle workshops, is just to get you stitching Christmas in July. And then, of course, it also follows through for me with Freedom Friday. If you have not liked our Facebook group page, or joined it, please do. We're posting in there. I'm working diligently to try to get some files in there for what we've introduced on the videos that have been prior to here. And thanks to Mary Hutchinson, she is teaching a little piece for us. So check it out on the Freedom Friday Shepherd's Needle Facebook group. And then Miss Vanna posted, I believe last night, what she is currently working on. And so, but before I get too far away, I want to show you what Sean did for us. And her first day class was this little set of pockets, Christmas pockets. And you know, a picture just really never does anybody's work justice, whether it's cross stitch, punch needle, needlepoint, whatever. A picture just doesn't do it justice. And so Miss Shawn left her models behind for me to show, and they are just precious. So let me get them up here for you, and I'm going to come close. These are just adorable and just perfect for hanging anywhere, hanging on your tree, but they make just awesome little pockets. You could also create something if you chose to and use it as a little gift card or put a little gift card in there for a Christmas present for somebody. So even anything that you like to punch, you can create pillows, pockets, frame it. So there's several, just giving you several ideas of what you can do with punch needle. And so that was her first day class for everyone. And then her second day class was Winter's Nest. So I'm going to try to get close as I can here. Now, this technique that Sean does, and she's done it for quite a few years, and thinking back, probably maybe 8-10 years. And what you do is you use, or she uses, somebody else may have a different technique, but this one she's done for a long time. You use a product called Misty Fuse, and you join your punch needle pattern with fabric of your choice. And so what she's done here is she has added Misty Fuse with her punch needle fabric to this adorable little piece of fabric. And if you'll hold on just a second, I will Let me pull that. My apologies. And so you do it this way. So this is the background fabric in which you press your pieces together, and then your design is face up, and there is a copyright on patterns printed on weaver's cloth, so I can't turn that around and show it to you, but this is the lovely design creation that you get. So you can take any punch needle pattern out there, and if you don't want to punch the whole design, think about what you do want to punch. In that, after you've decided what you do want to punch, then go to your local fabric store and pick out something that would look great, and just pick out the sections that you want. Would be an awesome way to just do something with punch needle, to give it as a gift and share it, cherish it. If you've not done punch needle, I thoroughly encourage you to do that. We're finding that this is something that's really popular for the young, the middle age, and even the older ladies are real. I don't want to say older ladies because I'm getting there. But anyhow, Miss Joan, Sean's mom, does a lot of punching, and it is something that she thoroughly does. Her work is just beautiful. And so at any age, I would say this is something that you could do, especially as your eyes change, but it is wonderful. And so then with that, I've got a couple of pieces, and I'm going to try to get them finished and put together, hopefully pretty quick here. But there's a lot of different ways for finishing and a lot of different things to do and ways to keep things, your costs down. So, and not doing professional framing for some of your pieces, especially if you're wanting to give it as a gift. I took I took several pieces to Hobby Lobby, and will return with my framer Bob and have him help me with a couple of little things about some of the punch needle ideas that I have. But I found this little thing at Hobby Lobby, and it's just, there's an insert here. And so one of the pieces that I've got, or I need to finish, is going to fit inside of this. It's not quite perfect as far as covering the whole inside, so I'm going to ask Bob to help me get creative and maybe use a mat or something for a little bit of a border in there, just so it fits in there and looks like this was just perfectly designed for that little punch needle piece. So these are in Hobby Lobby. If you're doing cross stitch or if you're doing punch needle, this would be a perfect thing to use for your designs. Very inexpensive. This was $7.99 with the 40% off coupon, so I got a sweet little piece done. We'll create and finish for very inexpensive and have it as a shop model. And then I have another one, and this one is a great little saying, grateful, thankful, and blessed. I truly feel that way. I truly feel like that I have been blessed. And in being blessed, I try to remember to always be thankful and grateful for whatever comes my way, whether it's good or good for me. But I have another little piece that will fit, and it's actually going to cover up the wording, but it's going to also leave a tiny little black border all the way around, which will be perfect. And this is another little thing that I found at Hobby Lobby. So that's kind of my go-to place, even Michael's. The seasonal areas, these won't be offered year-round because they are seasonal. This one was actually in the fall decor, so this one was half price, which made it really, perfect to keep my expenses down for shop model finishing. And these are just precious. I actually have one that I did put a with thy needle and thread on. So probably in the next couple of videos, I'll pull that and show you how I use this for actually a cross stitch piece. But this is going to be perfect for the punch needle piece too. I want to thank everybody for just participating and being involved. So kind of right here in the middle, I'm going to pause for just a minute. And we ended up doing a redrawing for our Flosstube #1 giveaway, and that was the Lone M Lane pincushion clamped sewing box. The person who won never did reach out to us and let us know where to ship it or anything, so we did a redrawing. All right, so our redrawing winner is Buckeyed Stitcher, Nicole. So Nicole, reach out to us and we will get this in the mail to you. Then our #2 Flosstube winner was Sherry Price, and Sherry asked for 14 and 28 count fabric. We have not heard from her, and so we will give her a couple of more weeks, and then in the next video, if she has not claimed, then we will do a redrawing on #2. So make sure you stay tuned and watch. And then #3 brings me to discussing the drawing was going to be for a Hands Across the Sea sampler. And so we have stocked all of the Hands Across the Sea samplers. I've watched a few of Nicola Parkman's videos. Her voice is just precious. And so I look forward to picking one of these myself and starting. I'm going to make sure that I don't overload myself with projects, because that's something that running a business and trying to be everything for everybody can get challenging. So for that, I do have a couple of them in mind. Not for sure when I'll start them, but I will at some point, Nicola, get one of those done. And what I did was I pulled the Two Is New from her and Mary Lee, 1793. If any of you have started this one already, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And the one thing that I do love about these is the little cards that she is putting in. You get to, stitch by, just a lot of info. But the other thing is you've got all of the colors needed right here. So you can just keep it handy and even clip it to whatever you like to use for your charting to be visual to you. So those are precious, and these come in every one. And so there's just a lot of time and effort that goes into these, I can tell. And just looking at them, they're wonderful. And then the other new one is Hannah Coates, 1848. And Hannah kind of speaks to me just because my name Ann originally came from the word, or for the name Hannah. So this one is just really precious because I feel like that it is a part of me in history. And then I just love all the little animals down here. And what really strikes me is the house. There's something about red houses that I just love. This one even kind of looks like a little brick house. And I grew up in the country, a couple of hours from here, and our little house was a little red brick house that Dad had built, and it was just perfect. So, in talking about the Hands Across the Sea samplers, our winner for the drawing of that is Leslie Hurd. So, Leslie, if you see this, please get a hold of us. The easiest way to get a hold of me, I know a lot of people like to do comment down here, and so I'm trying my best to respond to everybody's positive feeds, and there have been some great positive feeds, even some that I felt like were helpful for me. So anyhow, so if you are any of the winners, please email me at ann@shepherdsneedle.com. I feel like that's just the easiest thing, and that's Ann without an E. But that means Leslie Hurd, you won a Hands Across the Sea sampler of your choice. So just let us know what you would like. So I'm going to go back through these again. For the Flosstube #1 winner for the sewing box from Long M Lane, that is Buckeyed Stitcher Nicole. #2 for the 14-28 count fabric of your choice, you will get 3 pieces. That goes to Sherry Price. And then our current winner is Leslie Hurd for the Hands Across the Sea. So reach out to us, Ann, A-N-N, at shepherdsneedle.com, so we can get these wonderful pieces and items in the mail to you. There is many things that is going on in the needlework industry now. I feel like it's a very positive time for the needlework industry. I have seen continual growth with changes. But Nashville market will be here before we know it. We will be going also to the Dallas Needlepoint market in September to see the goods that are offered there. Reach out to us if there's anything that you're interested in. We'd be glad to help. And as always, support your local needlework shops. If you travel across the country, I've always, when I travel across the country, I always try to go to as many of the needlework shops that there are. It gives you ideas. You get just to see how creative some of the shop owners can be with taking something like the sleds that I had done from Sue Hillis for Halloween. Just going and seeing how somebody can take something and change it totally to something that you've stitched and made it so different and so wonderful. So always take the chance to stop in. I truly appreciate all of the out of town and out of state visitors we get. They just bring joy to us to know that they've took the time out of their life to come our way. And with that, one of the comments that I had got was that they wanted to see some of the new things that we have um, in coming in the shop or in the shop. And so I will start out with, I don't have pictures, but they have shipped to us the re-releases of Blackbird's designs. We've got Easter Parade. We've got all 12 of the anniversaries of the heart coming, and in my next video I will show you. I was going to do it this one, but I thought I'd wait so I'd have the charts in my hand. But I have a finished piece that was stitched by Susie, who helps me do finishing. And years ago, when the anniversaries of the heart started out, Susie and I talked about taking those designs and creating them into a book. And so then I gave her a book that would help her create and do it. And so in the next video, I will show the anniversaries of the heart created in a book. In that book, what she did was every month, with the 12 months that's represented with that series, she put personalized things in there concerning her family, their initials of birthdays, weddings, parents. It's just really a neat little piece to show. So look forward, make sure you come back to see that, because I will take time to show you how. I'll just put it up there so you can see how she done her front and her back. And then she also made a creative little space where on every page there's a little card in the back that notes what is where on what page for a memorial to go to her children. And it's just precious. I mean, she is so super creative, and she will take on a challenging piece and work it. So we will have all of the anniversaries of the heart. I believe Winter is Past is one, and then Easter Parade. So those will all be here at any moment, and we will show those in the next video with that creation. And it's, like I said, it's just precious. I have several, the Brenda Jervis with Thy Needle and Thread. New ones are on their way, so we're expecting those just any day. They have shipped to us. But then I thought, I've been talking to you about the Hands-On Designs Apothecary series. So we do have the last 3 of the 9 here. And I am caught up. So this is the next one. So I am stitching this one right now. And then the next will be spider legs. And then skeleton polish. So I'm trying diligently to get these done as quickly as possible, but making sure I enjoy my freedom of stitching and not putting too much stress in life of setting, you know, a time limit. I've learned that when I set a time limit, I end up not enjoying and feel like I'm just hastily moving through pieces. And these are so much fun. There will be changes for sure that I've been doing. Mary will help me make notes of those. I've made notes, and she'll help me create a little thing to let you know what we've changed. And we'll also get that in our files on the Freedom Friday Facebook page or group. So it is a group. You'll have to join. There's a couple of questions to answer. So I'm working diligently to try to get those done. And then we got the plum streets in, and this one just really speaks to me. We have not got any of these stitched, but we do love Paulette's designs. And Paulette, this one will probably be the first one of the little animals that you have created. That this one just can relate, because I think all of us can relate that there are just days that we have worked hard, we have been challenged, that we just want to be a sloth. We want to be a couch potato, just to rest. And these are, I don't know, this one just really spoke to me. I thought it was just really, really sweet, you know, that we can hang on for life and keep going is what this kind of shows me. Is just the one that's hanging upside down, the one that's laying on the branch, and the one that's cuddling the branch. That's life. There are times that I feel like that each one of us can just look at those little sloths and relate to what life brings us. But they all look, even though they're sloths and they appear lazy, you can tell that they're probably hard little workers at what they have to do to live their life. And then some of the other things that I wanted to show you was just fabrics. Oh, actually, let me back up one. Mary is teaching Summer House Stitch Works, little Biscornu. And what we have done is you just pick up the kit, and the kit includes the two pieces of fabric, the threads, the button, the chart. And so you have about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks to get it stitched. About 3 weeks. So if you're local and you want to do this, just call us and let us know. And Mary is going to teach how to join the Biscornu, and we will provide the filler for it that we will get it stuffed with. And this is something that if you've got both pieces stitched, then more than likely you will walk out of here on Saturday, August the 24th with your finished Biscornu. So thank you, Beth. This is a beautiful little piece that just spoke to me, and we wanted to try to get this done before Labor Day, and then that way everybody would have a new little patriotic piece to add to their stitching. So if you are interested in the kit, reach out to your local needlework shop to see if they have it. If not, we will have a few available. And then, and moving forward for more new stuff, fabrics is, I think fabric is probably my favorite thing as far as stitching. I love the charts. I love what the designers are putting out there. In that, though, for me, a lot of times I use the called for fabric, but then a lot of times I don't. And so in that, I just wanted to show you what's new in the shop, and or maybe even just restocked, that we carry and that are some favorites. But we had lots of fabric come in this week. I had 15 yards of Picture This Plus Ada come in, and I will try to show that in the next video. Today I'm just going to focus on linen, and I believe I've got maybe a Lugana in here. But these are just going to be some beautiful colors that you can use for your stitching. This one is, of course, a Swaggart base, and it is called Storm Clouds. And it is just precious. Now, what you're seeing is a little bit different. With what I'm showing in my hand is kind of like a little bluey, maybe greeny gray, but it's really, really pretty. If you're doing a winter scene, if you want some clouds that looks like it's a cloudy, stormy day, but it will just give some beautiful info to a beautiful background.
And then another one is, I want to make sure I'm telling you, Stormy Night, and this is a 25 count. What I previously showed you was a 32 count. This is a 25 count, and it is warmer in color. It's a 25 Lugana, so it's going to dye different. So what I'm going to do is see if I can, let's do this. Let me go to the back side. So, and what you're going to see, the bottom is 32 linen, and the top is 25 Lugana. But both of them just make beautiful fabric for your background. Then next up is Blackbird, and this is 18th century Blackbird, or excuse me, R&R. I'm sorry. I have Blackbird on my mind this morning. My apologies. All right, so this is really kind of interesting. So starting at the top and going down, we have 32, 36, and 40. And this just shows you how fabrics in different counts can dye different, because these are all R&R's 18th century Blackbird. And so you may not be able to tell very much. Let's see. I'm going to do my best. There, that's pretty good. So let's go over here. So they are all different in shade. This is the 32, this is the 36, and this is the 40. And their fabrics are just wonderful. I love stitching on them and have for years. I believe Kitten Stitcher has talked about the Green Mountain fabrics. They were out years ago. They're no longer available. I'm fortunate that I do have some of their fabric in my stash, some smaller pieces. But back years ago, it was Green Mountain Fabrics and R&R. And of course, needlework has evolved, and we have so many more dyers out there that gives us beautiful fabric. And I would challenge you that in some stitchers, this is all about freedom. Some stitchers like to stitch on the called for fabric, and there is nothing wrong with that. A few times I do that, but the majority of the time I am going to take the threads and the chart and play with fabric and make my decision from there. So a few more that I want to show you is this is 40 count Beach Brew. And just remember, when you're buying fabric, it's really hard to buy without looking at it. Everything comes in different. So this one is 40 count R&R Beach Brew. And then I have got 36. Make sure I put this in the right direction. So the bottom is 36 and the top is 40 Winter's Brew. And these are not, what you're seeing are not true colors, and these are great for samplers. If you're thinking about doing samplers, these are all Swaggart based fabrics. Then I'm going to move to Weeks, and for you that are doing samplers and doing big pieces, whether it be Hands Across the Sea or somebody else, this is the 40 count. These two are the 40 count Swaggart based Weeks Dye Works. The bottom one is parchment and the top one is straw. So let's see. And they're both gorgeous. I've looked at these and I have laid threads on them to start trying to make a decision of what I'm going to choose for one of the sampler that Ann Grisham 1818 that I want to stitch. I got new glasses, and this is the second pair of new glasses in the last 30 days, and so we're trying to get them adjusted to my face. If you've never stitched on 46 count, it's lots of fun. I've done a little bit on small pieces because I wanted to get kind of familiar with it before I moved forward with it. So I've got 3 pieces here of 46 count that I'm going to show you. And starting, this one is Mocha. This one is Confederate Gray. And the last one here is Parchment. Now these are all 46 count weeks on Swaggart based fabrics. And then with weeks, I know a lot of us love Swaggart based fabrics. I do. I truly do. But I also like their regular fabrics. I'm especially fond of their 36 and 40 because it does, the colors that they can offer give such a beautiful background. We're working currently on the cottage garden birds. We've got 3 finished, and I just got molding in, so I will be able to pick the molding that I want to get them framed with, and start moving forward on getting those to show you. But we have pretty much, we've got 3 done. 2 of the 3 are on the called for colors, and then I've got 2 more out there that will be coming in, and they are I think on the call for colors, I pull threads and play, but the cottage garden birds are just beautiful. You just wouldn't believe what's happening with them. One more piece of fabric that I'm going to show you is this is Week Style Works Havana, and this is just on their regular baseline. But this color here really brings out a lot of the prims, things that you like to stitch. It's just a really deep, kind of mustardy brown, but I'm talking just beautiful. I wish we could get a little bit better lighting in here. It is working better to video in my office. So wanted to show fabrics to you. I've got some things in the works for the next video to show you. I've got another fabric here that I was going to show, but I'm going to wait because we had it paired up with a Amy Brunick design, and a lady walked in yesterday. I just got the fabrics cut for it, and lady came in and got my last chart. So I've got that reordered, and I will show that in the next video because it's really just a sweet little piece, and the fabric that we chose for it is just great. So let's close this up. Our drawing this time around will be for the Blackbird Easter Parade. If you do not have it and would like to try a chance at winning, I will say that if you already have it, please make a positive comment. But then we hope that somebody wins it that really wants it, really would cherish it to have it since it's been out of print for so long. But regardless, if you win, it will be sent to you unless you let us know to pass it on to somebody else. It's getting close to opening time here at the shop, so I'm going to say bye. I want to do a thank you to Marlene again for her encouragement. Leslie is a wonderful lady that is here. Those 2 ladies are here in Arkansas. Marlene Stitching by the Lake and Leslie Hurley. They're both great supporters here at the shop, and I appreciate that. I believe Leslie has a video going up tomorrow, so tune in and watch her. I just watched Marlene's last one, which was just precious. She's just such a precious, sweet lady. I want to sign off by saying bye. Make sure that you keep freedom in your stitching. Choose to stitch what you want on what count, whether it be linen, Aida, Lugana, Joblin. Take time to enjoy life and what you enjoy. I appreciate you, and until next time, we're going to sign off and say goodbye.